Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name is Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Absolutely disgusted, fuming, angry, annoyed, upset at that result at the weekend between George Kambosos and Maxi Hughes. Right, there's obviously going to be an inquest throughout the boxing media world today, trying to dissect what on earth went on. How did the judges come to that result? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That judge who scored it 117, 111. I'm not even going to mention his name. It's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, I've heard some people say, well, Haney and Loma was close. You didn't have the same energy for that. Listen, I backed Haney to win the fight. I thought he won the fight in a close fight. Right? If you gave it to Loma, I wouldn't be shouting robbery, even though I thought Haney won it. It was a close fight, but could have gone a few rounds either way, right? This, on Saturday, Maxi Hughes and Kambosos, it just wasn't the same scenario. It wasn't the same scenario, right? It wasn't close. It was a clear victory for Maxi Hughes, right? It was a competitive fight, but Maxi Hughes won the fight. If you look at the first few rounds, Kambosos was shocked. He just didn't know how to deal with Maxi, right? I think he just thought he'd go in there and just take him out and blast him out of there. And the first few rounds, he just couldn't get in distance. He was getting timed by that left hand by Maxi. It was stunning to watch. He was timing him. You can tell they worked on that in the gym non-stop. Now, one of Maxi's stablemates, Hash Rahman, who's a professional boxer, actually told me last week, he said to me, look, I'm telling you, Maxi's feet are looking good in the gym. His feet and his balance are unbelievable. He's looking good. And that's what he said last week. Now, look, every teammate's going to say that. But I saw it with my own eyes on Saturday. The balance and the feet. And you can just see he was working on it. They had a game plan. As soon as Kambosos came in and overreached, bang, he came in with that left to the face and to the body. He was hurt. He was busting Kambosos up with that left to the body because he was timing him when he was coming in. And when you're throwing a punch and your body weight is coming forward, it makes the impact of the counter punch harder. So when you're coming in, bang, and you get hit, that's going to hurt you. And he got hurt. And he just didn't know what to do. He couldn't get in distance because he realised he was getting counter punched. So he had a bit of a look of confusion about him. Now, okay, he came back into it in the second half of the fight, but Maxi won the fight. And the worst thing is the commentators. Now, look, I love Top Rank. I think they're a great promotional outlet. Bob Adams, Hall of Fame promoter, great production value of the shows. I've been to the shows. Great. It's a great night to watch one of their shows. It is. I like it. I like the Top Rank production. However, the commentary. Now, it's not just Top Rank, it's every broadcaster. Okay, they're going to favour the home fighter. We know Kambosos has signed a deal with Top Rank. He's their man. He's the home fighter, even though he's not fighting in Australia, his hometown. He's the home fighter. Maxi's the away fighter. He's brought in as cannon fodder. It was for the IBO World Championship, and a lot of people like to downplay that belt. Now, look, I'm not saying it's one of the four major belts, right? But it's a great stepping stone. And more importantly, this was an eliminator, I believe, for the IBF belt, right? So Maxi was brought in there to lose. But you can just see the commentators were shocked. Chris Algieri, Christina Poncher, they were shocked. They didn't know what to say. He was getting comprehensively beaten. And Algieri can be a bit biased at times, and he was trying his best to be biased, but even he could see that Maxi was winning. He had Maxi winning, I think, at 115, 113. And that's him being biased, by the way. Right? This is the home commentators are going for Maxi. One thing that stuck out for me was at the end of the fight, Christina said to Chris, how'd you have it? And he said, I've got a 115, 113 Maxi. And she said, so it's close then? Like, still didn't want to admit that Maxi was a winner. Like, what do you mean it's close? Maxi won the fight. We all saw it. He won the fight. He clearly won the fight. That's it. There's no closeness about it. He won that fight. Now, I had a bit of back and forth with Lou DiBella. Only a few tweets. And look, Lou DiBella is a legend of the game. He is. Right? He's a legend. He's been in the game for years and years and years. Right? Been broadcaster, promoter. He's had many hats in the boxing game. Right? But he was talking a load of bullshit here. He basically said to me that Maxi, he basically said, no, he put a tweet up first and I responded and he responded back. And basically he was saying that it was a close fight. Maxi's stock has gone up. Congratulations. Even if it's and he was saying, even though you've lost, you can be proud. Your stock's risen. And I basically said, the stock doesn't really matter when you've lost the biggest fight in your life and you've been robbed, right? Because we all know that the future earnings and his place at the negotiation table is non-existent now to what it would have been. Now, yes, his stock has gone up a bit, but at the end of the day, he ain't fighting AJ. He's not fighting Manny Pacquiao. With all due respect to Kambosos, he's not exactly a mega name in Europe. Do you know what I mean? And even in worldwide boxing, right? Okay, he's got a fan base in Australia, but he's not a massive name. He's not going to sell out stadiums, is he? When he's not in Australia. So fighting Kambosos isn't going to get you mega fights after that. If anything, it's going to put Maxi in the Who Needs Him club because they see he's a dangerous motherfucker. He beat Kambosos. Who's going to want to fight him without a belt or without big money on the line? So that's the problem. So I can see what Lou is saying, and he has to say that he's part of, I think he's part of Kambosos' team. He sorted the deal out with Top Rank, I believe, or he's part of it anyway. And if he's not, he's not. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just, I mean, you want the promoters to come out and take a stand, but they're not going to, are they, when it's their man? But you want a promoter to come out and say it's a fucking joke. This is my show and I'm sick of it. I want a promoter to come out and say, even though this is my show, I'm demanding a rematch now, right? It's not happening on my shows anymore. I'm sick of it. We know that's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. And I can talk to them blue in the face about what needs to happen. What's the point? I might as well talk to this microphone. It's gonna do more. It's gonna do more than what the boxing authorities are gonna do to clean this mess up, right? Because we all know it's the Wild West, right? There's no regulation. Who's gonna regulate these judges? It's who's gonna investigate it? What, the sanctioning body? They're going to investigate their own judges, and what's going to happen? Who's privy to it? Are they going in there, having a cup of tea and having a laugh? Are they actually analysing what's gone on? Has he been made to explain that scorecard of 117, 111? Has he? That judge? So it's pointless. There has to be an independent body, right, that has no links to promoters, no links to broadcasters, no links to managers, nothing. It's made up. It should be government funded, to be quite honest with you, because you've got people betting on the outcome of fights, right? And you've got careers being ruined, people losing future earnings because of incompetence or corruption, whatever you want to label it. I couldn't give a fuck. It's the same result. It's just poor. And it happens time and time and time again. And we're all sick to the back teeth of it. Sick of it. Every fight, you daren't fucking give a prediction. I'm worried about giving predictions. I say it in all my fights. It could be a split decision, could be a majority decision, he'll get robbed. Because that's what's going to happen when it's close fights. You know it's going to happen. You're fucking panicking about giving a prediction because you know someone's winning the fight. You know you're going to have to watch it back a million times afterwards without the commentary. It's just nonsense. You can't watch a boxing fight now without worrying about the judges. It's disgraceful. I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. And this is just me. Imagine what Maxi Hughes is thinking. Imagine what Jack Catterall is thinking. These guys have got families. These guys have got bills to pay, right? And you're taking money off them. You're taking food out of their families' mouths. It's disgusting. What? As I say, there's no point even talking about it. Nothing's going to happen. It'll be forgotten about, and then we'll have a bad decision in Spence and Bud on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Fulton and Inoue tomorrow. I'm going to dissect that in a minute. God knows what the judges are going to do in that one. Right. Tomorrow, we get one of the most anticipated fights of the year. Fulton and Inoue for the unified Super Bantamweight World Championships. I can't wait. It's on a Tuesday afternoon. Who doesn't want that? Wants a bit of World Championship boxing on a Tuesday afternoon? I mean, it's a crazy time, isn't it? But I can't wait for it. I can't wait. What a fight this is. What a fight. Right. My prediction. I'm just going to go straight into this. As I previously said, I'm worried about the judges. I've said it the moment this fight was announced. I have concerns about the judging. It's in Japan. Fulton's going over there. Is the away fighter who ain't going to get any favours whatsoever. Inoue's the man. He's the golden child. He's number one. Right? And he's a phenomenal fighter. Oh, the power, the speed. Just sensational. But I think Fulton's going to cause him major problems. Major problems. He has that American style, the Philly shell, the jab. The jab is fast. It's really fast. He varies it. Bang. He pushes it out fast. And that's going to stop Inoue in his tracks. Now, Fulton's not a knockout artist by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a bigger weight. And sometimes what you find in these bigger weights, when you're fighting elite fighters, which Fulton is a world-class fighter, I'd say he's elite. I think he's a great fighter. When you're getting in close and when Inoue can bully his opponents in the weight divisions below, he's not going to be able to bully Fulton. When they're in close, he's going to feel that strength. And we're going to see, is the weight going to be is the weight going to play a major impact? Now, maybe Inoue is that good that it won't play a part. That's what's fascinating to see. But Fulton, I think, is a phenomenal fighter. You know what I think his honey shot will be? An overhand right will come over the jab, go to the body, come to the top, feint, bang, and whip that overhand right. Whip it upstairs, downstairs, and really, really stop Inoue in his tracks. So I think that's going to be his honey's punch, the right hand that will come over the top with. He varies it. He comes, it's not straight, it's at an angle over, and he's very efficient with it. I think the first few rounds, I think Inoue will have success. He will, but if he's gonna, I think he's gonna have trouble getting in range with that jab. I think he's gonna have to work that jab out because it's fast, it's powerful, it's speedy. Right? It's gonna come down, it's gonna go up, it's gonna be varied, it's gonna be banged, it's gonna be double jab, it's gonna be treble jab, it's gonna come right at you. Right, so he's gonna have issues with that jab. However, Fulton has to be majorly careful. We know it. I don't care who you are. You get hit by him on the chin, you get him put to sleep. Don't care who you are. So he's got to be careful. He can't get on the ropes. He can't get trapped on the ropes with this guy. Right? As soon as he's backed against the ropes, spin off. Pivot off, create angles, and I think he'll use a lot of lateral movement, Fulton. I think he won't just go back in straight lines. He'll come in with the Philly shell, nice fast jab, create angles, stay away from Inoue's power shots, and I think he'll bamboozle Inoue at times. But it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think there's going to be controversy. If you're asking me, as I say, to pick my prediction for it, it's hard. It's hard because I think Fulton can win the fight. Do I think he's going to get a decision in Japan? Absolutely not. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think he will. So taking that into consideration, I think Fulton gives him major problems. I think he outboxes him for parts of the fight. I think Inoue will cause Fulton problems or hurt him at times, right? Because he is a hard puncher. Right? You're not going to get in there and not get hurt against this man, especially to the body. So he's going to have to be careful. But I think it's going to be a split decision or majority decision for Inoue. Right, and that's not because I think Fulton won't win. I think he'll get done on a decision. That's what I believe. I think there'll be a case for Fulton winning the fight, but Inoue will get the decision. But it's fascinating. Can't wait. Let me know where you're going to watch it as well. It's a random time. I think it's like 11 a.m. tomorrow in the UK. So let me know the times where you are across the world. How are you going to watch it? Are you at work? Are you going to get your phone out? Are you taking a day off work? Are you not working? Like, how are you going to watch this fight? Are you going to watch it after work? Let me know. And let me know who you think is going to win. Like, comment, subscribe.